I'm Tim Fortescue. I am class of 2001, graduated with an English degree. I work at a tech company called Stripe, and Stripe builds infrastructure for online e-commerce. So to put it another way, Stripe helps companies online take payments. Within Stripe, what I do is I work with our managers. I train and develop managers to be better leaders. In my evolution as a communicator, the thing I've been chasing is being more authentic, and I've gotten better and better at it. But I think that's the core. It's my ability to speak in my own voice to whatever audience I'm speaking to. And it takes courage, it takes guts to break out and just be yourself in front of an audience. But I think it's also a journey that you can take further and further and further. It doesn't stop at a certain point where you're authentic. It's fun to kind of explore, like, how much further can you go with just owning your own style. In my job, I'm a teacher, really, which is what I always wanted to do, or coach. And I get to do it in a tech company that's growing really fast and helping a lot of small businesses and businesses all over the place. But I get to help, I get to teach, I get to help people be better. And that's the value I've been chasing. I love that part of my job. I think now about part of what I'm trying to help within our company is how do we create a feedback culture where people can accept feedback, people ask for it, people know how to share it, and it's just part of the system. And I think back to being at Siena, feedback was part of my life every day, it seemed like, whether a professor or a coach. And it's underrated because it's not something when I got out of school I thought, wow, I just learned how to take feedback. But years later, when I reflect, I was taking feedback all the time. So I think that set me up at Siena quite a bit for success. The athletic experience set me up for success in a lot of ways, and the ability to take rejection, or the ability to keep going when things aren't working the way I wanted them to work, that's how I got my first job. I got rejected. I have a stack of rejection letters this high. Okay, maybe it was this high. Paper's really thin. But I got rejected a lot before I got the first opportunity. Where did I get that? It came from sports. It came from feedback from professors, but it came from sports. Turns out that set me up to deal with things not going the way that I maybe projected in my mind, which set me up to deal with the rejection and then ultimately get the first job. It's just keep going, learn and adjust. If you're thinking about sending your kid to Siena, here's what I'd say. You get the amount of attention I got, the amount of interaction I got from my professors made a massive difference. One of the things I think that I didn't even think about this until years later, but the ability to go in and talk to a professor during office hours, because class sizes are small, and the professors here are chosen for character and for the ability they want to interact with the students. That habit that I got into in my time at Siena translated to then being able to talk with my supervisor or my manager in the workplace, ask for feedback, how are we doing, and then take feedback. And I didn't realize this until later in my career, but that's a big differentiator. So that connection that you get as an 18 to 22-year-old with faculty members, maybe at bigger schools that's not a part of the deal, but here I got it. So if you're thinking about sending your kids to Siena, I think that's a big notch in the plus category.